And welcome to a very, very special hour-long edition of the Screen Team on today's Talk 930 KWOC and 93.3 FM, and a lot of you that are listening online at KWOC.com. I'm being joined by the very lovely Sabrina J. Sabrina, good to see you.
It's good to be seen, dear.
Dude, we have an hour-long show.
Dude.
Hour-long show. Are you ready for all these movies we're going to be reviewing?
Moving on up.
Yeah. I'm excited. I have even more time to talk and tell people what I think. And
oh, goodness. Why are you on this show
how
again?
everybody is well, how everybody
It's
else
the Sabrina
is
hour.
And we got Michael. Michael, how are you?
I'm fine.
Dude,
Well,
the original Screen Team is in the house,
Oh, man,
Back
it feels
again.
so nostalgic.
You feel the heat in the room.
I do.
It's awesome.
I do.
It's hot.
I'm going to let folks know what we're reviewing today because we have a lot of reviews.
There's a lot going on.
Coming up in our next half hour, we're going to be reviewing The Visit, which is a scary movie by M. Night Shyamalan. Sabrina will be giving her details on that.
Pronounced it. Shyamalan.
Exactly. We'll also be doing the new George Clooney movie, Tomorrowland. Also, we've got special guests for Hotel Transylvania 2. We've got
Nice.
the Scotts who will be helping us out with that. Also, the new Peanuts movie.
Oh, man.
Sabrina, get ready because we'll be doing the Mr. Holmes movie about Sherlock Holmes when he's in his 90s. But first, it's time, before we do all those movies, this movie is our 700th movie review.
Oh my
And who
gosh.
picked them?
You did.
Thank you.
This movie
That's
right
a
here.
landmark.
This movie right here, 700 reviews for the Screen Team. So we got the original team back together, and we're going to be reviewing the very, very first Harry Potter movie. What is it called? The Sorcerer's Stone? Is that right?
The very first one, yeah.
Did you guys see this when it first came out in theaters?
No.
You didn't?
No, I did not. Actually, I didn't see the first, probably the first few of them, unfortunately. I think, if I remember right, I actually was in the theater when the first one was playing, and I snuck in to visit a friend, and I remember seeing it play, and I sat there for a while.
You're like, you're
But
a
I really
loser.
I didn't really...
Like you were working at the theater?
No, I was just there. I saw a different movie.
Oh, okay.
And I knew they were there, and, it just snuck in for a minute, said hi, and then I left. So, no, I actually didn't see it till probably a couple of years after it was released. So,
Sabrina, did you see it in theaters?
Yeah, I'm sure I did. It's just been so long that, and when you own a movie, you watch it over and over again. I watched it so many times that I honestly couldn't tell you anything about my first time ever watching the movie.
Well,
No recollection.
in general, the Harry Potter movies are some of my all-time favorite movies. Like it's one of my very top favorite sagas. The whole story is phenomenal. Like, and I love the fact that John Williams was able to create that music, which everyone hears the theme of Harry Potter. You know exactly what it is,
Exactly.
and that's part of the magic of that movie and all the movies.
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
That's true, though. It's true.
Yeah, it's because of John Williams. I don't know if he did the rest of the music but
I think he did. I think he did the first two, and then they used his theme for the rest of them.
And they just branched out from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Chris Columbus, man, he did awesome on the first two. And it's funny how they all have their different feels, but yet they feel like they're one. Like the first two are a little more
Kid oriented.
Yeah. And then the third, and then I guess that may follow the books as well.
Right.
Unfortunately, I've never read the books. I heard they're phenomenal. And that's still one thing that I would like to do. And I know that I'll see the movie characters in my head when I read the books, but so be it. I just heard there's so much more story. And I absolutely, as you know, with Wishmaker, fantasy. I just love the imagination and the feel to that whole thing. So,
Sabrina, do you agree with Michael over here?
Well, yeah, of course I do on this.
it's a good
There's
movie.
just so, yeah, it's there's so much history behind this movie. Before it became a movie, it was a phenomenon, and the fact that they were so successful of making that phenomenon into a phenomenal movie
Excellent point.
is just
That's a gamble.
That was such a huge risk.
Exactly.
And I couldn't tell you.
bombed.
I can't tell you how many times that has happened where it worked, because I don't know that anybody else has ever done it.
But they sure
to
have
the
the
degree
recipe
that
for
they
talent,
have.
though.
I mean, think about it. This woman writes a book, and nobody even knows she's a woman to begin with. She just writes this amazing book, and this is in the early 90s, right?
I think so. I'm not really 100% sure.
Mid-90s, late
Yeah.
90s, yeah.
I'm relating to things going on in my life at that time and how little everybody was. And then you've got these ginormous books that every kid wants to read. And immediately the next book starts to come out, and you've got bookstores having festivals and midnight releases and things that just weren't being done. And all of a sudden, now everybody's lining up in the middle of the night to get a book.
Well, she literally turned... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And then they take that, and then they got the next one, and then all of a sudden there's a movie.
Yeah.
And then there's another movie, and the books and the movies, and they're all coming out, and they're turning into these ginormous events. And now there's a theme park.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And another theme park. And, I mean, it's just, it's a Disney situation all over again in just a different realm, but yet it's still fantastic for all ages.
Yeah.
And that's what I love most about these... The whole Harry Potter stuff. But I love the movies. I never read one of the books. Not one. I'm just like you. I never read the books.
With this particular first movie, what are some of your favorite scenes out of this film?
Overall,
Come on, do the line.
No,
Truly, she's a nightmare.
I know. It's kind of, no, I love how they did such a good job with following the book in this one, but also favorite scene wise, I really love towards the beginning of the movie when they're first coming to Hogwarts and they're first learning each other. The friendships are developing, and the kind of sparks and stuff that may develop between the different characters and stuff. So it's hard for me to pick favorite scenes in this movie because I just overall absolutely love the storytelling in it. These entire movies, really, it's like, this is cliche to sound like, but I know we're reviewing the first movie, but there just isn't anything lacking at all. I think, and I love the more, even though it's geared a little more towards children, of course, because of the books, I love that feel to it.
It also has a couple of your favorite actors in it as well.
Richard Harris.
And John Hurt, right?
John Hurt, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, it's funny, we watched The Elephant Man again yesterday, Amy and I. And
Did you?
That was on the first set.
Did Amy like it?
Yeah. She loved it.
That's cool. Sabrina, favorite scenes?
I love the scenes where the kids are on the train and where they're the candy and all. They're just being kids. I mean, I love the scenes where you're learning how annoying the Muggle family is.
Yeah,
and
the Malfoys.
Like at the zoo, the character for Harry Potter is just so pure and
no funny business.
And you just watch them go through this whole movie, and he gets to school, and you're just like amazed with him the whole time. And they just do such a good job of building his character without overdoing it, and all of the complementary characters, they all become so important to everything. But I love the interaction between him and the teachers, the hat sorting ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just that it's just overwhelming.
Yeah.
And when you said, you need a movie, and I'm like, I haven't picked any of the Harry Potter movies because
I'm glad you did.
It's hard to pick one, but I figured I might as well just start with the first one.
I have a
That was a good
hankering to
choice.
watch the movies regularly, just at least maybe once a year.
Yeah.
I love them. What about you?
I like it all, man. I'm more into the darker films later on the line, but the first two have a place in the series, and there's a magic to them, and it's almost like Christmas, like opening up, that the magic around Christmas. You kind of have that feel with this first one, and some of my favorite scenes are when they're going through Diagon Alley and getting his wand and his hat and all that stuff.
Idea?
It's just a very good movie, and it's amazing that this one was good, but all 7 or 8 are.
Yeah.
And I want to say one more thing before we move on. When you have all of the movies and you've watched all of the movies and you go back and you start introducing them to your children, we introduced Harry Potter, the first movie, to Luke, 2.5 years old, and he didn't make it through the whole movie, but he was pretty fascinated with it. And I felt like, there was no danger, obviously, to letting him see any of the movie. It's geared towards little kids or younger audience. At the same time, completely fascinates the grown-ups. But I think that it's going to be fun to watch Luke learn about this Harry Potter character and watch the stories with us and grow to appreciate it. But every time I go back to the beginning, I still find something I missed.
Almost
Really?
like the movies are
I still see something new and fresh.
created to age with that audience. Like at first, that audience was really young, and then as the movies grew, so did the age of the audience. So they could handle it a little more.
The content grew with their audience. Yeah.
So it was kind of. I'm sure that's nothing to do with why J.K. Rowling did that, but she literally turned an entire generation of children on reading.
Yeah,
she did.
So-
Yes, she
absolutely.
did. All right, guys, it's called Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. You can find it on DVD and Blu-ray. Michael, thank you so much for being on the show, man.
Pleasure.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much.
It's always good to see you. Sabrina, you ready for 701?
What?
We're getting ready to review 701 words.
Oh, yes.
Thank
I
you.
was like, did I miss a movie?
Dalmatians. Yes.
Oh, my goodness. We're going to try to do better coming up after the break. Sabrina's going to nerd out to Mr. Holmes. That's next on Today's Talk, 930 KWOC.